So we have Gavin Kuld on the line. I definitely want to appreciate you for joining the channel. For those that don't know, you play quarterback, and so we'll go ahead and get started. So I want to first start with the beginning. I saw where you went to 4 high schools and 3 junior colleges, but I love the fact that you stand with it. You're not going to let things get off track. So can you talk about maybe that journey or what you're trying to maybe show these scouts at Colorado that you have?
Yes, sir. So I actually ended up going to 3. I transferred back to my original high school to graduate because I wanted to graduate with that under my belt. So in high school, started out at a 1A high school. It was a very small school. Not a lot of guys get out. So we had maybe 2 guys get out. One's in the league now, plays for the Eagles. And then we had a D tackle that plays for Kansas now. Or actually, I think he graduated, Zion DeBose. And I ended up going over to a 3A school, 3AA school called South Iredell. Looking for a spot, looking for a chance to play. Their quarterback had went to UNC Charlotte the year before. And so I saw it as an opportunity. Things didn't plan out the greatest, but didn't let that stop us there. And then due to my age, we decided to reclass, and I went up to High Point Christian Academy for a year, reclassed there. And then I went back to North Rowan that COVID year and kind of played a little bit of here and there with some little, you could call it a prep school down in Florida, but I took online class at North Rowan. And then going into college, I had lost all my opportunities and my scholarships out of high school. I had 2 Division I FCS, nothing crazy. Was very much a blessing though. And then I went out to Monterey under the wing of Austin Carter Samuels. He was the quarterback coach at Missouri, University of Missouri, Coach Drew Locke. And he said, "Hey, man, let's go juco and see what happens." Get out to Monterey. Me and him end up falling out, unfortunately. All respect to him on that part. But had a little tough situation, in and out of places, living out of my car. Then I had a group of guys, great group of guys. We ended up getting a house and stayed that season. And then things got really pricey and expensive, especially for the JUCO route. So ended up getting approached by Trinity Valley out of Athens. And in doing so in spring camp, I ended up getting injured, dislocating, subluxing my SC joint, my throwing shoulder. So I was out for the spring, came back for one scrimmage. And they told me coming back in, "Hey, it's still up for grabs, but we're going to pull your scholarship and things are going to go differently." And then come around to the season and in the summer camp, and they said, "We're going to go a different way. You lost a little arm strength and we don't see you as the same you anymore." So as it being a business, I said, "All right, coach, if I can't play for you, I'm going to play against you." And I asked him to find me a spot in conference and ended up going to NEL. Didn't have the greatest year, which is okay. It's all part of the process. And it teaches you to respect things that you have more frequently now at a Division I program than what you had there. It was definitely a tough year for us. We were running a triple option, so that was definitely really tough for us. And then going into December, I mean, nothing was happening, and the blessing came and the opportunity came, and I just wanted to chip in a chair to play. I didn't need any promises. So
what about your style would you say is the strength? What is Colorado getting with having you on the center? I know they're going to have that 6'6" frame.
Well, one thing is definitely the coaching has helped me a lot, and it's definitely going to help me progress in my game. We got a great coaching staff, especially offensively and so defensively with Coach Dion. So what they can expect when it's not afraid, got a couple years under my belt, but I mean, that we all do, right? It's college football, but definitely somebody that's going to give you everything they got until they can't. I mean, if they're not in a wheelchair, they're going to go till they can't. So that's definitely one way I play.
And I saw where offensive coordinator Sean Lewis gave you a call, unexpected. Can you talk about that feeling when you first received that call?
I mean, I had to take a minute. I mean, it only took me 30 minutes, but it was definitely off guard, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Okay, that definitely happened, and I called him back. I said, "Coach, I want to come. We're coming." And he said, "All right, we're all on board. Let's get it rolling." Definitely had a hardship before that. I definitely had to get some classes done. ended up taking a full spring semester in a mini master type deal, and got that through. That was a tough go, but it was a lot of long nights. It was worth it for sure.
Now, your offensive coordinator, he always preaching fast, 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 that fast style offense. Are you familiar with this style? Do you think this will help you playing in this style offense?
100% high school, we ran a no huddle offense. In that High Point Christian, we ran a huddle offense, but it was more up tempo, fast tempo. So get the play go. I definitely see that as an advantage for us buffs, definitely for sure, especially at high altitude. But we have a really great play style. Since I've been there, it's been nothing but wow. This is it. You know what I mean? So it's been good.
I watched your film. I absolutely love. I think I can see a lot of that Joe Flacco. Some of the big style type of quarterbacks. Who in the NFL right now would you say maybe we can turn on the film and be like, okay, that's a glimpse of Gavin?
I honestly don't know. I don't know, man. I just lace it up and go. But definitely some guys I look up to, like Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. I like the way they play. They're real confident. They're not afraid.
Do you have any relatives that have some history of playing football? Maybe your father or uncle, or have you just been the first to kind of set the trend?
My dad actually played professional baseball for 11 years.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. So we do like subscriber questions. One of your fans want to know, besides playing football, what other hobbies do you have?
Definitely golf. Just got done playing 32 holes today with some of the guys out here in back home for a little bit, and then we got fly fishing. I don't know, just listening to music, sightseeing, hiking. So pretty cool.
Okay. And obviously, walking on is a long journey, but I do believe your coaches are very honest. Recently, we saw Charlie Alfredale. He gained a scholarship. He walked on as well. What do you feel that you need that needs to take place for you to gain that trust from these coaches?
Honestly, as a PWO, you don't expect anything. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed at all. So just a chance to give everything you got every day. It's more or less playing a role for the team than it is playing a role for yourself. 100%. That's definitely the way it is, and you just got to accept the fact that you're there for a reason, and you're there to help a team and to help a team achieve something that hasn't happened before or in a long time. So it's everybody's on board. Nobody's sitting there, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, me. It's more, hey, we have one goal, and it's to be one of the greatest teams to play college football this year, and that's our goal and our mission.
Game or games are you most excited for this season?
Every single one of them. TCU is definitely going to be a statement game for sure. I mean, we're going into the Big 12 next year, so that'll definitely be a statement for that going into the next season. And then the fact that they were in the national championship last year. So we'll see how things play out, and it should be a really good game.
Do you feel any pressure considering you've been to so many different schools? You're having some type of adversity, or are you still confident that you can get the job done? Do you feel any pressure?
I mean, there's always pressure. I mean, you're playing football at the college level. Somebody's always going to say something. Somebody's always going to look at your worst and not your best. So, I mean, with who's around me, I'm very confident what we got going on, and to be around who I'm around. You know what I mean? We got Shador leading the team. He's doing a great job. I definitely try to follow in his footsteps and learn a lot from him, especially. And then the freshmen too. Everybody's on par. So yeah, there's going to be adversity. It's you fall to your training, not to you don't rise to the occasion in that standpoint. So I think our training is doing really well. And we'll see how things go. And I got high hopes for that.
Son actually look up to you. He plays football. He's 9 years old. What advice could you give him? He played quarterback as well.
I've coached a lot of 9-year-olds, a lot of middle school, high schoolers as well. My best advice for a young kid playing quarterback is soak everything up like a sponge. It's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be tough. I started playing in 8th grade, and I fell in love with it in my 9th grade year, and it's been up and down. I mean, somebody's always gonna be there saying you're bad, you're good, regardless what they got to say. It's just at the end of the day, you got to stay focused. you got to get in that film room, study your plays. You got to know that like the back of your hand. Because once you get into it, the less you think and the more you react, the better you play.
Yes, I absolutely agree, and I'm definitely rooting for you. I love what I see out of you. I can hear that humbleness, but that hunger as well. And you mentioned about film. You know, a lot of people don't realize that's one of the most important things for football players to study film. And can you talk a little bit about how important that is for you, is watching film of the defense? And
100%. So you'll get into, I mean, middle school, high school. Middle school, you have a few different coverages. You can have your basic cover 3, cover 2 concepts on defense. And then once you get into high school, you start seeing 2, 4, 6, maybe a little bit of man, 0, or cover 1. But there's a lot of great places that also help outside of school. A quarterback coach, like let's say if you're in the Charlotte area, Charlotte, North Carolina, we got QB Country NC, QB NC on Instagram. Great guy. He's helped me a lot. If you're in the beach area, I got another coach out there, Wilmington area, North Carolina. Film the Field, Brad Roach. They're really good guys. If you find a coach that's not only going to help you train on the field, but mentally, it'll help you a lot in the end game.
I agree with you 100%. Do you have any shout outs, maybe friends, family we like to share?
Definitely my father. My father's been a really big help. He's always believed in me and what I got going on. He's always been the guy by my side. So that definitely the man upstairs. You gotta give you grace every time you can. So, and definitely those two coaches, Coach Boone and Coach Roach down in Wilmington. Two great good guys.
Yes, that's awesome. And what is your dad's name?
Peter Kuld.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And do you have any final things you would like to say? I definitely want to thank you for joining the channel, and hopefully we can kind of keep up to date with you along the season. I definitely can talk to you all day about football.
Yes, sir. 100%. Don't be afraid to work when nobody's watching. That's definitely number one. As a high schooler, you want to chase all these girls and do all this, bro. Put that aside. Put that down. If I could go back, I would. I wish I could. But you're going to have your ups, your downs, your injuries. Don't let that stop you. I had a major injury, 2 major injuries pretty much back to back in my throw and shoulder, and you just got to work at it. You got to keep going. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do. We could talk forever about that, but definitely don't be scared of adversity. Look it in the face. Definitely don't think you're going to rise to the occasion. You follow your training 100%. So put in that extra work you can.
Yes, yes. And as I said before, I definitely want to thank you. And what I love about you is that you're God-fearing. You know, you're always talking about God and things like that. And like you say, everything happens for a reason. You know, football is a physical game. You never know when your number is called. And you just have to make sure you're doing the things right now so you can be prepared, you know, to be able to get that opportunity. So I definitely want to wish you all the luck, and definitely come back and talk to me sometime soon.
Yes, sir. We can make it happen.